It's a wonderful day in West Virginia. Welcome to the Daily 304 Innovators and Entrepreneurs feature. Here at the Daily 304, we are committed to sharing the wealth, beauty, opportunity, and innovation that is here in wonderful Almost Heaven, West Virginia. Twice a month, we introduce you to the innovators and entrepreneurs and dig a little deeper into their companies, their work, their purpose, and the reasons they are here in the Mountain State and proud to call themselves West Virginians. Today, we are joined by Todd Cope, CEO of CentralAPP. CentralAPP is a tech company that provides affordable onshore technology talent and operates in the heart of Appalachia in West Virginia. Last time we talked to Todd, he just came back from a cross-country trip to Silicon Valley in his Tesla, spreading the word that companies can find the talent they need right here in Almost Heaven. Todd Cope, welcome back.
Thanks, Annie. Nice to be here.
So Todd, tell me, how has CentralAPP been impacted by your trip?
Oh, it's been a bunch of goodness happened because of that trip. We're still getting reference from people that said they saw some of the media around that and connections where people who reached out to us because of the trip are now references for others. So it's just been continues to yield results. So it's definitely something worth doing.
Great. It was well beneficial for Appalachia and West Virginia and your company. Now tell me, for the folks that don't know your company, Todd, what is your why and why does CentralAPP exist? What does it do?
Yeah, so at a very high level, what we are about is building a model to connect Appalachians to jobs in the tech economy and do that at scale, right? We want to have hundreds and thousands of people ultimately in Appalachia, generally in West Virginia specifically, that are connected to the tech economy that may not have been otherwise.
Todd, can you tell me, why does your company operate here in West Virginia? What competitive advantage do you get by being here, or what resource do you have access to that you might not elsewhere?
Well, first of all, I was born here. I love the place. But besides that, the access to a talented domestic resource of human capital that we can use is just amazing, right? So the amount of people here that are capable and willing to do dedicated work and learn something new in the tech economy is just that's the reason we're here.
Todd, could you also share with me, give me a success story or an example of someone that's really kind of hit it out of the park recently with your company?
Yeah, so this is one of my favorites, and we actually have a lot of just amazing West Virginia stories that have really bettered themselves and their community through the opportunities that they got through CentralAPP. Rebecca is a woman in southern West Virginia in Beckley who had actually worked as a computer scientist for 20 years at the same company. And through CentralAPP, she got additional certifications, and then we were able to place her in an opportunity in a company outside Chicago that allows her to make 50% more than she was making in Beckley. So what we really allowed her to do is she had exceptional skills and allowed her to sell those skills on the national market instead of just her local community. So her value is much greater in Chicago than it is in southern West Virginia, and she was able to take advantage of that through the connections to CentralAPP.
And Todd, what I love about your company, Rebecca is still in West Virginia. She's doing that
Absolutely.
work remotely. Is that correct?
Right, and she there was a story on Western Public Radio about her that she talks about her corner office, which is in her house now. She doesn't have to go into the office at all, and she there's a nice picture of her with a cat working away, making more money, in her living room basically than she did before.
So Todd, kind of in summary, you're taking skills, building skills in education for people that here in Appalachia or in West Virginia that may have been displaced. One example we talked about in the past was an electrician, and you're outsourcing those skills on the national market so that people can remain West Virginians, oftentimes making more money than they made in their prior occupation, and they're still able to live in almost heaven, West Virginia.
That's exactly right. And I think another important part of that, what we provide is the flexibility, because many of our workforce, don't want or can't manage to do a 40-hour-a-week job, because most of our workforce is women. Many of them are stay-at-home moms. They may only have daycare part of the day or part of the week, and they can work that 10 hours a week or 20 hours a week, whatever works in their schedule. And we allow them to still participate at a high pay rate in the tech economy, but they don't have to sign up for that 40-hour-a-week opportunity.
Todd, that's wonderful, and I just thank you so much for your commitment to West Virginia and helping us grow and pivot to the future. Something we do here on the Daily 304, we asked our guests for that one piece of advice for an innovator or an entrepreneur to help them on their journey to growing and thriving in West Virginia. Talk to me briefly. We've got about 3 or 4 minutes left. What do you say to your employees or others in the space that you're in about how to stay motivated and creative and move forward?
Yeah, so I think, as I've stated, I think there's a tremendous resource in West Virginia. The people there are that resource. One thing that I do a lot of is maybe a little bit of cheerleading when people are maybe somewhat intimidated when they're on a meeting with MIT or some Silicon Valley startup, thinking that they're, imposter syndrome, right? That they don't belong there, when in fact they do. And in many cases, they have more expertise in the area we're talking about than the client in this case. And I just have to remind people, no, you got this, you know your stuff. And in some cases, the very acceptable answer is, well, I don't know right now, but I will find out. And sometimes people aren't comfortable with that response, but often that is completely legitimate. And again, I would just say, spend a lot of time building confidence in the team.
Confidence is the key. And Todd, that's all the time we have this week. So real fast, where can people learn more about what you do? How can they connect with you and your company?
Sure. So the easiest place is the website, www.centralapp.us. And you can find out if you're looking for a job opportunity or you're looking to hire someone to fulfill your tech needs. We are absolutely, that's the place to look. And we can help you out.
Todd Cope, thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Innovators and Entrepreneurs, Technology in Almost Heaven, West Virginia. Be sure to follow us on all our social media channels at The Daily 304. You can also stay up to date with all the great things happening in beautiful Almost Heaven, West Virginia by heading to wv.gov/daily304. We'll see you again next time.